Hi, I'm Alan Wenzel, Freepod host, welcoming you to this extended Freepod interview. On Tuesday, April 29th, Freeport City officials presented a State of the City report to the public at the Stevenson County Farm Bureau building in Freeport. About 70 people heard of the city's progress on its 2020-2024 strategic plan and about the accomplishments by 11 different city departments over that same period. Mayor Jodi Miller concluded the meeting by talking about the future plans of the city. Just prior to the meeting, I had the chance to speak with Mayor Jodi Miller, City Manager Rob Boyer, and Chief of Police Chris Shenberger about the subject of the evening's meeting. I'm speaking with Rob Boyer, City Manager for the City of Freeport, and tonight is the State of the City report presented by the City Manager, Rob Boyer, here at the Stevenson County Farm Bureau. Rob, what will the attendees might expect to hear tonight from you?
So we're going to start with about a 5-year retrospective on what's been accomplished here in the city. So it's going to hit all the major departments. It'll be starting with streets, police, some of our primary focuses, crime, obviously, number one, and road work, number two. We'll be kind of going through all the departments, talking about all the key accomplishments, and then we're going to kind of tie that up with where we're going in the future. That'll be presented by the mayor.
Is this a perspective for the next year or next 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, it'll be the next year. Absolutely.
Okay. And what is the top of the agenda for you in the coming year, Rob? What would you like to see get done?
Well, we have a pretty aggressive schedule overall. The wastewater plant's in process. We're looking forward to getting that advanced. It'll take a couple more years. I'd love to see well 12 completed and move forward and be completely off the Brick Street plant. In addition to that, the road program, wanting to see that get advanced as far as possible with the budget that's available. Overall, where I'd like to see us focus moving forward is economic development. That's kind of a major direction for us.
And I'm sure we'll hear some specific ideas that the city has for economic development in the coming year.
Well, we are working with GFP, our partners, on that. We have some leads going on. The trouble with economic development is we are limited as to what we can say and what's coming. But I just want everyone to know that my focus moving forward, we've got all these programs moving in the right direction. So it's time to kind of make a slight tack, and it's time to focus on economic development moving forward.
Rob, thank you very much, and good luck with the presentation tonight.
Thank you, Alan.
I'm speaking with Jodi Miller, the mayor of Freeport, Illinois, who just got elected to her third term as mayor. Jodi, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'm wondering what is on your agenda for the next 4 years as mayor of Freeport. What would you like to get done, Mayor?
Well, one thing that we are certain of is continuing all the progress that we've made. But the two things that pop into my mind right off the bat are economic development. And that would be just an example of creating shovel-ready sites. And then second thing would be creating more housing, which we all know that that's an issue. So that would involve everything from infill on the properties that we already have to land bank partnerships, as well as creating new development.
As you look back at the previous 8 years that you've been in office, what have been some of your proudest accomplishments? And what has the city accomplished that I guess you're most proud of, Jodi?
Well, to start out, we really had a lot to change the culture within the city to transition to the city manager form of government. So that was one really huge piece. And then second, I would say we have done an amazing job with our infrastructure. I think most people can agree that they've never seen so many roads being paved and water mains being replaced and water issues being dealt with. So I really believe that is a huge step for this community.
Will infrastructure be on your agenda? I'm sure it's on the agenda. Will that also receive an aggressive push from you folks at City Hall?
Yes, absolutely. We're going to continue with that in paving as much streets as we possibly can, as well as, we'll have well number 12 soon to be in construction, as well as the multi-phased part of the wastewater treatment plant and taking down the old Brick Street plant. So we've got a lot of things in the works, and we're going to continue to be aggressive in that.
I think one of the hallmarks of your administration in the last term was the ability of the city of Freeport to work with state and federal officials to receive all kinds of good help for those kinds of things that we need here in the city. Do you expect that to continue, or will the change in administrations bring any differences, do you think?
Yeah, there's some differences with the change in administration. We didn't get the 2025 appropriations like we had planned. Congressman Sorensen said it was, just out of his control, but he did offer to put all those projects back up for us for 26 and more. So we're hopeful with that, as well as, I really want to keep that relationship with local and state officials as well as, I also have the Illinois Municipal League and the National League of Cities that I'm a part of. And those are just some ways of bringing back great resources to the community.
When those folks visit Freeport and have a chance to work with us, what are the things that stand out to them?
The sense of community, the sense of pride in our community, and there is really a lot of people that genuinely care.
Mayor, thank you so much, and we're looking forward to the next 4 years, and good luck with the presentation tonight.
Thank you very much.
I'm speaking with Chris Shenberger, the Chief of Police of the City of Freeport. Chris, I know that with law enforcement, staffing issues always seem to come to the surface for something to deal with, whether you're city police or state police or county police. How are the staffing levels for this Freeport Police Department?
Oh, thank you. Yes. So a couple years ago, we were in a pretty bad spot. We were about 10 understaffed. Now we just hired 2 this week. So we're actually only 1 under our staffing limit. Our staffing limit's at 48. We're at 47. So we hired 2. They're going to be going to the police academy here on Sunday. We just had 2 graduate from the police academy, and they'll be attending or they'll be participating in our field training program, which lasts about 4 months. And we also just had 4 officers who just got out of the field training program, and now they're able to function on their own. And this is really good for us because our patrol shifts are now at full strength, which is something we haven't seen in about 6 or 7 years, to have all 4 of them at full strength, especially going into summer. But in addition to having the shifts full, we also have 2 canines that are on each rotation, and they work a swing shift. And then we also have 2 police officers working a swing shift. So it seems like at times we're running out of cars, which is a good thing. I told one of them he might have to drive the golf cart downtown this summer. But we're just really thrilled. At last 2 summers ago, we were at bare minimum, below bare minimum during the summer. And now to have the shifts where they're at this point, we're really excited.
Your staffing levels have increased. Has that been a result of the very aggressive recruitment campaign that I've noticed that's been conducted in the last couple of years, trying to recruit officers, people to apply to the police department? Is that the result of some of that?
Yeah, we've been really fortunate to get local people to apply, and then local people's friends apply and things like that. They find out that working for the Freeport Police Department, it's a good career. So we're lucky in that regard. I also, when I see a qualified applicant, it doesn't matter when that application comes in, even though right now our window is open, I usually jump all over them, have them come in with a face-to-face, and then offer a ride-along. Ultimately, we don't control who gets hired. That's done by our Fire and Police Commission. We facilitate the process, but I like to get the process started early with good candidates, especially good local candidates.
Chief, as you take a look at the year ahead, what's at the top of your agenda for 2025?
I think the most important thing is to sustain the level that we have, our manpower level, and continue to go after the good applicants. It would be nice to have an established list like we used to have. Whenever there is a vacancy, we can quickly fill it. But one of the things that's very important for us is to also continue adding to our technological resources, which are key in helping us solve multiple, all sorts of crime, but most importantly, the violent crime. And that would be adding more license plate reader cameras and incorporating that with live video. We have some, live video cameras out there right now. They've been very crucial for us in developing cases and making arrests here just in these winter months.
What are the most encouraging aspects of what you see for the city of Freeport in the coming year?
Well, the city overall, you're seeing all the road improvements and infrastructure improvements. You can feel it. Roads aren't so bumpy. So that's very encouraging. And it's just, I'm talking about the police department. The police department, we have a really good culture there right now. And it makes me happy to go to work and see everybody getting along and seeing actually so much youth. I was making that comment today. We've been doing a lot of our mandatory trainings in-house and just seeing all these young officers, getting along and everything and having fun during training, but yet doing the training and doing what they need to do to get the mandates out of the way. It just makes me feel good as a leader to have them in my building.
One last question, Chief, before we let you go. What can the citizens of Freeport do to help the city police force?
Well, mostly just, don't be afraid to be involved. I would recommend everyone attend the neighborhood watch meetings. Those are very well organized, very informative. It's our community policing effort. One of our community policing efforts is to host neighborhood watch meetings, let people know trends and what's going on throughout the entire city, not just their neighborhood. And so, through neighborhood watch, or if you see something that doesn't feel right or look right, don't be afraid to give us a call. Let us figure it out, because that's what we're there for.
Chief Shenberger, have a good year ahead.
All right. Thanks, Alan. It's nice seeing you.
And that concludes this week's extended interview. Thanks go out to Mayor Miller, City Manager Boyer, and Police Chief Shenberger for taking a few minutes to talk to us about city accomplishments and future plans. If you'd like more information about the meeting, visit the City of Freeport's website at cityoffreeport.org. And this is Alan Wenzel reminding you to tune into our regular news podcasts beginning at noon on Thursdays on all major podcast platforms, or by going to the websites for Freepod or for WNIJ Public Radio in DeKalb. In-depth interviews drop every Tuesday at noon in those same locations. And as always, our thanks go out to the Mass Communications Department of Highland for producing these podcasts for Freepod, and to the many volunteers who are working to bring you the news you have been missing.